Nukes, UFOs, and an addled old man. Greetings, Earthlings of Team Healthy Republic. If you're new to this planet, I'm the non-alien Katie, here to talk about the status of our once great country. And if you like what you see in here, then hit that subscribe button and share the video, because sharing is caring. Alright, today's question. Are we living in an extraterrestrial world? Is the President of the United States an alien? And I don't mean the south of the border variety or the non-president president, who is the one waiting in the wings. I mean literally waiting in the wings. There's Kamalama Ding Dong just waiting for the right moment to go all Abby and Martha Brewster on Biden. His suffering, and ours, needs to end. Dun dun dun! Hello, Clarice. Like Hannibal Lecter, Joe likes sniffing things, so there's that. But don't forget the side of cannibalism.
To the President of the United States!
And there's a creepiness that goes to new galactic levels.
I got them $1.9 trillion relief so far. They're going to be getting checks in the mail that are consequential this week for childcare.
Maybe he was just whispering for dramatic effect. It's not like it's a perpetual thing.
Don't dismiss it at all. Just remind him, I wrote the bill on the environment. Why would I not be for it?
I just wish he was with it. That's a man who no longer has control of his faculties.
Guess what? Employers can't find workers. I said, yeah, pay them more. This is an employees bargaining chip now. What's happening?
I don't know, Joe. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there has been a lot of UFO talk lately, and a new report came out claiming that the government can't explain some cray-cray stuff. And then based on those clips, I mean, it's possible. Think about it. An alien would want to come down to take over the world, right? That's what all of the sci-fi movies say, at least. And first, they say they come in peace.
We can join forces, stop the shouting, and lower the temperature. For without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury.
Then the truth comes out, and all they, again aliens, but also everyone on the left, all they have is bitterness and fury to make up for their confusion. And they, the left, showed how manipulated they can become. In examples from just this week, they showed how far removed they are from sanity and desire the degrading of the culture. Cataluna Enriquez was crowned Miss Nevada. Cataluna is a transgender Filipino-American. A man won Miss Nevada, and the news media cried in joy.
And you're capable of anything as long as you believe in yourself.
So that was another example of a pageant queen who I can't relate to at all. But equity. Equity didn't help a transgender named Cece Telfer, who was told he has too much testosterone to compete in the Olympic trials in the women's 400-meter hurdles. Because he's a man. That's a hurdle he can't overcome, no matter how much he jabs himself with estrogen. And yet, I'd rather have Cece compete for America on the women's team if it means not having Gwen Berry on the team. The self-titled activist athlete turned her back on the flag while the national anthem was playing at the Olympic trials this past weekend. The anthem was scheduled to play at the trials, and it coincided with the podium ceremony for the hammer throw event. Naturally, this means Berry was set up. The national anthem really blindsided her. Berry took third place in the hammer throw, but first in woke crybaby antics. She cried out for the attention in hopes of getting the Kaepernick or Rapinoe treatment. I gave her attention just to say, don't give her any more attention. And don't believe a word of what the White House has to say about this.
Part of that pride in our country means recognizing there are moments where we are, as a country, haven't lived up to our highest ideals. And it means respecting the right of people granted to them in the Constitution to peacefully protest.
Ah yes, Jen Psaki at her job with the blather from her script. To note, I do believe this is the only time she has defended the Constitution. Also, I'd say Psaki is an alien, but she's too robotic. Now that the aliens, or government in this case, have confused you and left you bitter, they bring you to their side to do their bidding.
I strongly support the idea that there's no And there's no, if I had my way, there'd be no private contributions to see who gets elected, how much money you raise. If I had my way, and I think it's really important that every election day would be a day off, because people who work certain shifts can't make it to the election. I would make sure there's automatic registration when you turn 18. That's what I think everybody thinks this fight is about, and it's a worthy fight.
And that's why the leader, Alien Biden, says Americans can be nuked by the government. In a fumbling, bumbling way, Biden tried to talk about how the crime spike in the country is all because of guns, not because of the lack of police enforcement.
Well, the tree of liberty is not water with the blood of patriots. What's happened is that there never been, if you wanted to think you need to have weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons. The point is that there's always been the ability to rationally limit the type of weapon that can be owned and who can own it.
Call him a tyrant, call him an alien. Just don't call him right-minded. We are living in interesting times, to say the least. Never in a bajillion light years would I have guessed I'd be making tongue-in-cheek comparisons of the President of the United States to green Martian variety of aliens. But then Joe Biden was sworn in and E.T. phoned home. So here we are. Until next time, stay healthy, America.